Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Another episode of Car Chat. Hello Carlos, how you doing? Happy New
Pretty good. How
Year.
are you?
Doing well. It's been a while, my friend.
It's been a while. Time to catch up on a few of these.
And we have like 20 topics to cover in the next few episodes. We have a
It's
lot to
very
talk about.
close. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be cool. So we're gonna restart the series for 2024 and hopefully you'll be watching. But before we continue and we talk about the topic for today, I want to thank our sponsor,
Mhm.
Rolls-Royce Motor Cars of Raleigh.
Rolls-Royce Motor Cars Raleigh provides the Carolinas with a pristine collection of Rolls-Royce models and unforgettable service. From viewing to paperwork and financing, their exceptional team of professionals streamlines the experience for you so that every moment here is a world-class encounter. Their friendly personnel are experts in what they do and are happy to help. If you're in the Raleigh area, visit their showroom today and find a product that defines you. If you're not located in the Raleigh area or prefer to work with them virtually, they offer a variety of remote services, including white glove delivery. They'll help you find the Rolls-Royce or other luxury car and leave you with a smile.
All right, so we're back. Carlos,
All right.
what are we going to talk about today? Why don't you introduce the topic?
Well, this topic is somewhat of a follow-up of a previous car chat we had on little vlog that you did on the 720 drive experience
When you were here visiting
when I was there visiting back in August last year.
August. Yeah.
So I wanted to amplify a little bit more and maybe add a few more tidbits of what I remember and still feel inside when I think about that car.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea because yeah, you gave us your first impressions and those are on the video that we recorded. I'm going to
Yeah.
put the link here. Which was great, but that was you like immediate response to
Immediate.
what you were doing and driving the car, and then you had many thoughts after that. So
Yes.
I'm interested in your thoughts once you've given yourself some time to think about it, right?
Yes.
And also it's a good opportunity because there's some upcoming videos on the 720.
Hmm.
There is an upgrade coming soon.
All right.
I mentioned this before. I'm gonna upgrade the downpipes, and I'm gonna do a
Nice.
tune. So that's gonna be super interesting. We're gonna do a before and after around that.
Wow.
So craziness will become insanity, I think I said. And then I'm gonna do a top 10, the things that I like the most and the things that maybe not too much about the car. So
Ooh.
people are expecting that video, so that's coming up too. So, but first we wanted to get your impressions, right? You're the auto engineer, and I'm super interested in what you think about it.
So you tell me that I need to start scheduling the next trip for the
Yes,
follow-up drive after the tune work.
because then it's the before and after impression of the car engineer. Yeah, I
Very
think
good.
you
I
should
like that.
come. You should be planning that already. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I've been thinking about the details of it, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to work it in.
Good.
I'll have to say the things that impressed me the most of the car was the driving dynamics of the car. Yes, the car has a lot of power, and many cars have much power, but to be able to put that much power down with the way it does it, and makes it an extremely drivable car on the road. Yes, you can track the car all day long and whatnot, but the way you can use it on the road with that much power and finesse and capability is just something that I put in a different league. Many people, when they get a lot of power on it, there's do you have the handling that goes with it?
Right.
And just handling, if you go on a track setup, then this one setup, tends to be very stiff, very hard sprung, and the driving manners are punishing to you on regular roads. Not this car. This
Were you
car was
surprised with the suspension of the car?
such a pleasure to drive on the highway, on the city, or on the roads, back roads that we did. That was the biggest impression, to be honest. I was expecting to be even firmer ride than our AMGs, and
Right.
it's not. It was
No, it's
actually
not.
much smoother ride.
It's well behaved, and it's got some AP lowering springs. So if you think about it, it's been
Yep.
lowered perhaps, I think it was an inch,
Mhm.
if not a bit more. But it feels very well behaved on the
Yep.
road, and it's not punishing, to your
Agreed.
point. Yeah.
Agreed. And for that, I have to say it's so unique. It gives a nice stance, that suspension, because a car, when I look at it, I got some pictures right here that I still keep. A car looks so good. Design wise, it's a knocker. You know, it's beyond belief when you see it with the doors up and you see it on the side view and all the way around. It looks just fantastic. But driving wise, it was just such a pleasure. And then, of course, when you start applying the power down, it's a very unique way. It doesn't just go from nothing to rush you into everything. It just progressively takes you there.
So do you feel any turbo lag of the twin turbos? Because when I
If there
drive
was
it,
if there was any, it was small.
yeah, it's
Very,
almost
very small.
immediate torque. I mean, the way I can
The
describe
car
it.
picks up and go. And I think part of the reason for that is even if you had some lag, the car is so lightweight. The car picks up and go. And then usually you notice that when heavier cars, car needs to engine spoon up the turbo, get the pressure up, and then you can feel the power unleashing. This car was just very natural. As you progress power, the power just rushes and pushes you. Really nice without having this curve feeling that it takes a while to
Right.
pick up and then unleash. You know, this is almost progressive, very linear, and I really like that because you can just put it down and you feel it right there.
It feels almost electric in the way you put your foot down, and it's almost immediate torque, right? Like an EV.
It feels somewhat like that.
Yeah,
EVs are quite unique because they max out torque at
of course.
1 RPM. You know,
Right, right.
when you literally start rolling, your
Yeah.
maximum torque is there. That's
Yeah,
electric.
and I don't want it to feel like a Tesla. It's not that I'm going for that, but
Not at
I
all.
think of all the cars I've had, this is the fastest brutal acceleration that I've had in my hands, right?
Yeah.
And that's what people say about this car, the way that it's tuned. I'll be
Mhm.
interested in your opinion, right? We know this is a Nissan-derived engine
Mhm.
that McLaren got, and they've been using this twin turbo since they implemented the first car, the MP12.
Right.
So this is a derivative of that engine. But from an engineering point of view, what do you think about the tuning on this car, or the engine, or do you think the aerodynamics play such a big role in McLaren, which is what they're known for, or is it the mix of the two?
Well, the engine itself, it's a hard, solid rock engine. Pretty decent engine. No doubt about it. So you cannot take anything away from that nice, solid engine. But the car has not only a lightweight, but the smoothness in the aerodynamics. You know, it is so clean and clear. It cuts through the wind so easily that the car, when a lot of people say, how's your speeds to 150, you know, in that mid range, when they do 30 to 150 or 50 to 150, in that range, you know, it's not just how does it feel from the dig and how it comes out from zero, but you're cruising the highway and you punch it, when that car glides through the wind, it cuts the wind with so much power. It just gets you there super fast. And I think that's the area where this car shines a lot. It moves really quick through cutting through the wind.
Yeah. Yeah, and that when people ask me, right, compared to my other cars, every other car I've had, I can feel the wind resistance, especially at high speeds.
Mm.
This car is like a warm knife on butter. It just,
It cuts right through it.
I can't describe it because you don't feel the resistance. So you're going at stupid speed, and it's like you can go further. And I never experienced anything like that, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the magic of McLaren, right? They're
Yep.
not known for being the engine company like Ferrari, maybe Lamborghini, but the way they design the cars to cut through the wind is
It's
just
the sum of
incredible.
all the pieces here.
Yeah.
You know, the engine contributes, the car design, the lightweight engineering, the monocoque, the cockpit itself, all being the carbon fiber unit is so nice. It's like, hey, um, it's cutting edge, and it shows in how the car drives.
Yeah.
How
So
the
how
car
about the
feels.
braking? Because, that power, I think to me, the braking is pretty spectacular too. The ceramic brakes are very, very precise. I don't know if you have any thoughts about that.
I'll describe them as this. I am glad that they're not very super grabby up front, where sometimes people touch a brake and the car just wants to
Right.
hold you
Right.
back. It's like, no, it's very progressive. You put some pressure, the car starts reacting to it. It gets it, but in a very progressive, nice way. You put a lot more pressure, it responds that way.
Yes.
So I felt them that they were not mushy, not grabby initial, like you have to be touchy with the brake. No, you stab it if you need to. The car is gonna come down and slow you down, and with
Right.
lots of power if it needs to. So
Yeah.
I think they're just I'll put it somewhere between 9.5, 9.7 out of 10 scale on the brakes. It was freaking good.
Oh, the brakes are great. So the other
Wow.
question I had for you was the shifting, right? So we both have AMG GTs.
Yeah.
They shift quick. I mean, it's an incredible transmission. I'm super happy with the way that works. How would you describe the shifting with the paddles in the McLaren compared to the Mercedes?
So if I were to compare those two, to be honest with you, I the AMGs are very quick,
Yeah, very
but
quick.
they bring drama. Okay.
Yeah,
There's a lot of drama in every single shift, and when you're upshifting, it's very quick car, and it goes and hits you, and it hits you, and it hits you, and you feel the shift and hits you. It's like that power. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. In the McLaren, I felt they were super fast, but they were very silky. I didn't feel the hard punch and the hard knocking
right.
and the drama that you get out of the AMGs when you are upshifting the car and
Yes,
downshifting. Well, it goes without saying.
I agree. It's clinical is the word I use to describe it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very precise,
yeah,
clinical, surgical is another word I've used
yeah.
as compared to even my Jaguar F-Type, which is
Mhm.
the king of drama,
Yeah.
and the Audi R8 when I had it, it was dramatic. It was single clutch, so that made for additional drama.
Completely different.
And then the
Completely.
AMG is dramatic, and then the downshifting and I tested our friend David's GT3 RS the other day,
Yeah.
991.2, and the downshifting is almost, I mean, it's amazing because the car wants to downshift and it doesn't care if you like it or not, right? So there's a lot of drama because it's a track focused car and it's a Porsche. I don't get that in the McLaren. It's clinical, it's
No,
precise,
no.
it's not meant. And then on top of that, which is, I'm gonna anticipate one of the things that I would like it to be better is the exhaust, right? There's not much of an exhaust note. That's something I might correct now with the downpipes. I
I
think
hope
it's
so. That's what
better
I'm
now,
looking forward to see a little
right?
bit of a more sensation in the
Yeah.
up and down movement when you're in the back roads and switching and shifting up and down, that you get some of that.
Yeah. So I hopefully that will come in, but even with that and people that have put like, aftermarket exhaust on
Mhm.
their McLarens, they never match what the sound you get on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. That's
No.
simple as that because you don't buy this car for the sound. You
Yeah.
you buy this car for the how precise for it's an instrument, right? It's almost a Formula One car that you can drive on the road. That's the way I look at it. Any final thoughts, Carlos? Anything else you want to talk about the car?
Uh well, we talk about the experience and
I
how
guess
it
you want
felt
to drive it
driving.
again, you know?
I've been wanting to get back on it again, to be honest with you. And I wanted to keep driving more that day. So maybe in the next one I will do a little bit longer drive around. And but if I want to talk about the design, just looking at the exterior of it, the interior parts, what a well executed car. I really love it. I really love the design of the car. It's just stunning.
It's 2024 now.
Yeah.
So it has been 7 years since that design was introduced.
Yeah.
And I look at it in the garage and it still looks like a new car. I mean, it looks like a spaceship. No wonder they created the 750S,
Yeah.
which is practically a replica. You know, they
They
changed
didn't
a
departure
few
from
body
it.
panels here and there, and they adopted some body panels from the 765, but it's essentially the same car.
Yeah.
You know, if it ain't broken,
Don't fix it.
don't fix it, right?
Don't do it.
So yeah, I think design wise and with the carbon parts that I put on it, I think it looks very aggressive and it's a looker. Everyone, you know, around me is taking pictures and have something to say about the cars. So yeah, I'm very happy. That's a keeper, Carlos. You know, people know that I rotate my cars and so on, but this one, I can't think of another more exciting car that I could get for the money than this car. And until I find that, I'm gonna keep this car.
And it's a driver's car too. When you think in the
Yeah.
cockpit, it's all driver oriented. No
Right.
distractions in the steering wheel, minimal distractions on the console in the front, controls further away so you don't get distracted with anything. It's just you, the car on the road. Go for it.
Right.
I
Well,
like it.
Carlos, thank you for your
You're
thoughts.
welcome.
That was important to cover that. Please, everyone, stay tuned to the channel. There will be many more Car Chat episodes coming up. We have a long list of very interesting topics. And as always, I ask you to please subscribe and follow us on Instagram and other social media. I put the links here.
Mhm.
And Carlos, as always, thank you, my friend. And let's start planning your next visit.
That's right, buddy.
All
I
right.
can count on it.
All right. You take care. Everyone, take care. See you next time.
See ya.
See
Bye.
ya.